Welcome back to the Dad Compass podcast. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about a short we posted that had gotten a lot of traction on the internet prior to, and then on our page got 32,000 views and a ton of comments. So, do you wanna play it, Dimitri, and then we can talk
Yeah,
about it?
yeah, let's play it out.
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire, and I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it,
Okay.
and I had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's on a piece of a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life. It's in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left.
I'm sorry to hear that, and it's sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh my god.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
So you actually sent this to me like a couple months ago.
I did.
You did.
Nice.
So that was the first time I had seen it because I don't really watch TikTok or anything like that.
Yeah. It was on YouTube. But
Oh,
I hear your point.
pardon me. I don't watch YouTube Shorts either. So, what are your thoughts? Like, where do you sit?
I think that's like a super I guess like surface level, it just looks like, oh, okay, whatever. Dude might be having a hard day. But the reality of it is there's like some sentimental value right there. And she just kind of said she just pretty much took every single thing that, like, he was trying to say to her and disregarded it. Like, he was trying to explain to her how important and valuable it was. It wasn't about the wire. It was about the journey that that wire's, like, been through in his life. And, like, now it's almost done just like him. And one day his life's gonna fucking end, and hopefully she fucking dies before him.
She gets strangled by wire.
I hope so.
So, I, you and I obviously just talked about this, but when I first watched it, a lot of times I'll watch videos with no. Jesus,
That was fucking loud.
that was a dog shaking.
Hope it wasn't you shaking.
It was not me shaking. But when I first watched it, I didn't watch it with sound. Um, and so I saw the Jets hat, and immediately I thought this was a guy crying about the Jets losing. So it was kind of ironic that that was what her comment was. And then I watched the video, and I knew she's definitely a Patriots fan.
Patriots fan.
Um, no, it's definitely interesting. I think it's crazy that it got as much traction as it did. And like, it's a cool video to watch, like, from an emotional standpoint. Not her being a bitch, but like just his passion and like him speaking with such I don't know the word I'm looking for.
It was deep for him, and she just pretty much disregarded it. She made it seem she, like, turned it into a joke, and, like and I think the reason it gets traction is because as men, you'll go ahead and you might see some value or some importance in something that you say or have, and in this instance, it was a spool of wire, and you try to bring about a conversation that's, far deeper than what it is. It just kind of gets pushed aside. So I think that's why it got like everyone's like, this dude's trying to reach out. Like not like trying to reach out, but he's trying to have trying to have her understand how he's feeling, and she just like doesn't give a shit. And I think that's the fucked up part.
You think that happens a lot to men?
Yeah,
Does
I
that
do.
happen to you?
At times, yeah. And like
I'm
those are hard
weird.
things to deal with.
What'd you say?
All right. I, s- I, s- I, th- I think that there's times where you say something and you're you're it's you feel deeper, stronger about something than your spouse, and it just doesn't resonate the same way as it does with you. But I think the worst part is to just kind of disregard it. You said you're weird.
It's weird about stuff. Like uh, I don't get like overly emotional about things like that. And I don't think I'm like a deep thinker. How about that?
Okay, so I am a deep thinker. Like I think a lot, and I think maybe like it's kind of funny you say that, but I have a feeling that the people that think deeper are kind of a little bit more behind than the people that are able to stop thinking for a second and just kind of move forward. So I think it's kind of like a blessing.
Well, I would say it is and it isn't, right? Like I don't get overly emotionally attached to things because of it. And I don't think that that's always great either. Like I can come off a little cold. Like I'm very empathetic when it comes to things, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. Like
I
the
think there's
short
something in
good.
no, I'm listening.
The video you told me to watch, Float, is that what it is?
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, 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 you said
Yeah.
that, like, it really hit you in the feels, and, like, for me, it just didn't do that for me, and
Oh, it makes me cry every time.
I even went into like, it was a cool video, I'm not disregarding it, but, like, from an emotional standpoint, I'm just weird about stuff like that. I think I mentioned it when Deanna will get emotional when we watch something, and I'm like, "Hey, it's a movie, it's supposed to make you sad, you don't need to be sad."
So do you ever get emotional watching anything? If you say
Yes.
sports.
Not sports. Well, no, I get excited
Okay.
watching sports.
Okay. How about sad?
Sometimes I cry watching sports.
No, you don't. It's the fucking oh.
Um, I think I mentioned this. I think we've talked briefly about it, but um, I'll give you a good example. Undercover Boss. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore, but it was a show like
Oh, yeah.
15 or 20 years ago. And when you
Okay,
would
so
see,
you put you so all right. So here's the thing then. Okay. Flow doesn't resonate with you because there's nothing in your life that or maybe nothing that's in your life, but there isn't a strong like connection of like value from it. But to your point, you're undercover. I'll let you finish.
no, I think it's different. I know where you're going, but I think it's different. I think on Undercover Boss, you would see guys do really amazing things for real people. And
Mhm.
that's where, to me,
Yeah,
there was a emotional tie of a human being being a good person. Does that make sense?
not a cartoon. Yeah, not a
Yeah, yeah.
cartoon.
Or something scripted that was row.
It is a reality
Right.
show, which is still. I think it's written.
I think it is written. No, we
I
just lost a
wrote
couple
that.
subscribers.
I wrote that. It
Like
was
this dude's
written.
a fucking moron.
Um, yeah, I would say for me, I don't, yeah, I feel strongly when I watch anything that's like father related, like fatherhood and like kids. I think it's because it was such a big aspect of my life that I didn't have. Um, so when I see or like float, man, God, I would pop that shit on here right now. Um, but I think I don't think we can watch that. We can, but we're not gonna. Um, having it breaking down into a dad that just wants his kid to be fucking accepted, because that's what it's about. Like he wants his kid to be accepted, but his kid's so different, and he's trying to like bottle his own child up so his kid would be accepted. And it's just like you see all the other parents, and they're like, "Man, that's what's wrong with that kid." They're just they're just fucked up.
Is that because of your childhood? That's why you have more of a tie to it too?
Mhm.
Because you
Yeah,
had a hard time being accepted because you didn't even
yeah.
speak English at first.
No, dude, I even have the hardest the so when I was at the orphanage, I had I had my my grandmother come to the gate. I think I've told you this.
Yeah.
And that decision like changed. It's literally why I'm here where I am today. Well, I mean, and her decision is fucking prior. But I think a lot of it just weighs pretty heavily on me. And as a kid, having being given up is a very it's a really fucked up thing. Yeah, I I think I cried till I was like 14, 15 every single fucking day just because not knowing why and wishing you had the answers of that you didn't. And you blame yourself till you get older and then you drink.
Funny, not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I'll give a good example. When Logan was on the podcast and I was telling him how it was, like, I got extremely emotional doing that, and that happens to me when I have conversations with people that are me expressing how proud or how much I love them,
Yeah.
then I become very emotional. But when it's just hard for me, and I don't wanna say it's hard for me to relate, but it's in my mind, I think it's like, "Hey, this is written, so they're trying to get something out of you, and
And you
they're
don't
not
want that to
getting it from
happen.
me."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you.
It's weird because, of course, if it's funny, I laugh. It's not like I
Yeah.
don't fucking laugh. Um,
The fuck, you're not getting a laugh out of me.
I when I'm a little twisted, I joke around about it with DM, but, like, I like to watch true crime stuff before I go to bed. It helps me go to sleep. And it's
Yeah.
kinda fucking strange, but I like to know that somebody lost their life before I go to sleep. Strange. It's kinda twisted.
Maybe worse things that you're watching.
Sure.
Like you're what, 44? Imagine you're fucking sitting there watching fucking Care Bears before you go to bed.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
I'm saying could be worse.
So, going back to the video, for me, it was a little hard to relate to, even though it's real and not scripted, so I should have been able to relate to it a little bit more going back to the and and don't get me wrong, I know that Undercover Boss was probably scripted too, but there
It is
there
scripted, Patrick.
there was 2 people that, like you said, reality TV, that were having an interaction and a lot of, um
You're a boss.
but I'm talking about 20 years ago. I don't watch Undercover Boss now. I don't even know if it's a fucking show still.
Oh. Okay.
Um, but I watched the video quite a few times since you had posted it, or since we had posted it, and I definitely felt a little bit more different emotion the more and more I watched it because it is a deeper. It's not about the wire. It's a deeper. It's just a deeper thing. The comments are mind blowing to me too. There's very few negative comments. I mean, there's a lot of negative comments towards the lady, but like
Read some
nobody's
of the
making fun
comments.
of the dude. It's super supportive.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be supportive, man. That's the thing. Um,
You
and the
know,
reason that they're
trolls.
supportive, yeah, but not when it's genuine. Like this dude genuinely like letting his shit out. Like here's one. I absolutely feel that one, brother. Was there just a few days ago with a hammer that my son has been asking me for since he was about 16 years old. He's 25, and that hammer has been with me for a bit over 30 years. It's like it, it doesn't matter. There's a huge sentiment out there, and then there's this woman just missed out on a huge opportunity to know her partner better. I've been with my husband for almost 8 years, and from the beginning, we could read each other's thoughts and finish each other's sentences. But there are beautiful moments when I get to see the other side of him, when he truly opens up with his words instead of us looking at each other. Um, oh God, can't fucking see. Um, opens up with his words instead of us looking at each other in silent conversations. This man is trying to communicate an object which he put time, energy, and inspiration into with having significance to his story. And this woman had the nerve to record him in a vulnerable moment. Shame on her. I thought that was a fucking weird comment. That's how she ended that comment.
My
She
favorite,
had some, she had some there.
my favorite comment was parakeet.
Parakeets.
Somebody put women, and then somebody replied to it and said parakeets, and I almost replied and said banana.
Banana.
Yeah.
Uh, says this video hits hard the older you are. Um, her brain is on cruise control. She doesn't see anything deeper than what's on the surface. This man is looking deep into his own soul by looking at us. Oh, I guess okay. So this is kind of more so along the lines of like how I feel about this. This man's looking deep into his own soul by looking at simple spool of wire, an ordinary object that he probably hasn't thought too much about until he realized it's almost gone. It's a metaphor for our lives. You don't think about the minutes, the hours until you're out, till you're almost out of them. Here's life seems really long, but how many summers do we or seasons are we giving out life, dude? 76? Like it's not a lot of summers, man. If we count life by the summers, you realize real quick there's a lot of those have been wasted. And the closer and closer you get. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty deep video, man. I think that's why I got traction.
Oh, it's 100% why I got traction. I'm definitely the outlier here.
I don't think it was that deep.
No, I do. No, no, no. I do. I also um I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I do think it was that deep. I do understand why people were into it. I was shocked that we got that many views on our because you said it's like over 1,000,000 on another one though, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's reposted content. It'll go in. They they go in like waves, and they get traction, then they fall off, then they get traction again. That's a good way to boost our channel.
I mean, I think we got like 15 new subscribers.
Yeah. And the good thing is it was relevant to what we talk about. Fatherhood. Guarantee that dude's a father.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, he's a man.
I don't fucking assume things.
Well, you're a man.
That was offensive.
I just offended you
Yeah.
by calling you a man.
I'm a fucking unicorn, dude.
You're a parakeet. You are a unicorn.
I'm a unicorn. Did you see that movie, Unicorn Hunters?
I
All
haven't
right.
watched it. Is it good?
Me neither.
Oh,
My daughter wants to watch it. I want to watch it, but I wouldn't mind watching it with her. I just want to make sure that's appropriate.
oh, so you were trying to
Um,
get me to give you feedback.
yeah, but you didn't have any.
I watched Final Destination Bloodlines yesterday.
Was that good?
It's good. It's good.
I thought the older ones were like really good, but also I was like a younger kid, so they were always like spooky because then you'd watch one and then anywhere you'd be walked, you'd be like, oh my God, trucks going by. Like, dude,
It happened to
there's
me
no trees
yesterday.
around. A
Jack,
truck went by with the fucking trees on it.
no, no, no. Jackson and I watched it, and I was in the kitchen, like cooking with hot oil and stuff. I was like
You thought you were
watching
gonna
every
die.
step.
That's funny. So you thought
Right?
you were about to approach your final destination.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I, w-
funny.
I
All right,
was
go ahead.
grabbing like the oil was boiling, and I was grabbing stuff from above, and I'm like, looking down. I'm fuck. What if I drop this? The hot oil comes in my face and melts my skin off, and I die.
Comes on your face.
Oh, glad to see you're feeling better.
My sense of humor is still here. It just fucking hurts to laugh.
All right, we're close to halfway. Let's do Fatherhood Unscripted, and then we have a plan for the second half. Good with that? You want me to do Fatherhood Unscripted?
Over that.
Mine's not a positive one. I was in bed last night, and at 10:57, I got a text message. I was sleeping at this point from Davis. It says, "Yo, I need the insurance."
Oh
Um,
no.
so my so Raina came in. Apparently, Davis had contacted Raina. Raina came in and woke me up. So I woke up. I had 2 missed calls from Davis, which I have told him to call my work phone if it's an emergency, not this.
Yeah.
Um, and so I called him. I was like, "Did you get pulled over?" And he said, "Yes." And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure he knew. A, I got woke up, and B, I was pissed. Um, I make Davis. I had talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I make Davis text me when he leaves a place and gets to a place, and he's been sucky at it. I don't know if his mom makes him do it. He was with his mom last week. The transition day was yesterday, so yesterday he was here. And he wasn't here. He dropped his siblings off, and then I didn't fucking hear from him until I text him and said, "Hey, what the fuck is going on?" So I was a little, I was a little bitter. I was a little upset, but he sent me this text. He said he pulled me over because he couldn't decide if my pants were too short or if my shorts were too long. He's trying to lighten the mood because he was wearing
Yeah.
these ridiculous fucking shorts yesterday that
Oh, was you wearing like capris or some shit?
they weren't quite capris. That they were legit shorts. They were just like
Weird.
well past his knees. And so I made
Capris.
the same comment. I was like, "Are those shorts that are too too long or pants that are too short. So he was trying to lighten the mood a little bit because he knows he's gonna get some heat this morning when he wakes up. But he said, "But if you actually want to use this for your podcast or just general knowledge," he pulled me over because I had my headlights off for a fifth of a mile, and he just let me go with a warning, so no quarter. So
Was
what's
it
that?
dark? Was it dark?
It was 11 p.m., Dimitri.
So why the fuck
We're
did he have
not in
his headlights
Alaska.
off? So why the fuck did he have his headlights off?
Um, it's a good question because he's got daytime running lights, so
Just
there's no reason they should have been
fucking
off
great question.
unless he is playing the old light game from back in the day where you try to get somebody to flash you.
Yeah.
Well, he did. He got it to flash him. Red and blues.
Nice. Sometimes when we'd be driving into the campsites, there's this one particular in Pennsylvania Dutch. I would turn off all the headlights and we'd see how far we can make it down the road. We go like 3 seconds. That's it. Because it's like pitch black out there.
Is it that dark?
Dude, it's dark, dark. Very dark. Um, I guess my father unscripted would just be I've been sicker than shit since I guess last Sunday. I started to get the chills. When I get the chills, I know shit's about to get real. Um, Monday, I was like, I'm sure I'm fine. Worked as much as I could. I think I clocked out early Monday. Um, Tuesday, I think Tuesday did it, whatever the case is. Anyway, I was absolutely dead, like inebriated. Um, and my daughter was the absolute, star and making sure that I had everything I needed. "Oh, dad, do you need water? Dad, do you need another blanket? Like, dad, do you need anything? Oh, it's okay. Just let me know whatever you need. Like, can you help run and get breakfast or lunch? Oh, yeah, I got it." Like, it was the biggest fucking help I could ask for, feeling the way that I did. Um,
He didn't even ask for it.
no, I did.
Oh, you asked her for help.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I asked her, "Hey, can you? It's lunchtime. Can you help run and get something to eat?"
You asked her for
Um,
certain things, but she jumped in
yeah,
and helped on other things.
yeah. She walked over. She started doing all the dishes and stuff, like loading up the dishwasher, and then she's organizing all this over, like just kind of random things, but things that held a value to me because like, okay, no, you're whatever you're doing right now, and your head, you see it as like beneficial, and I appreciate it.
That's
So
cool. That's great. You just lost 3 more subscribers.
fuck. Fucking ears are ruined.
I have another quick unscripted. Oh, I don't know all the details, so that's why I've been waiting, but I don't wanna keep waiting, about talking about it, but, um, Raina is got accepted to the National Honor Society.
Nice.
So, I just wanted to give her a little bit of a shout out. I don't like I said, I don't know all the details. I don't know if it's her GPA, what all's included in there. So, but super proud.
National Honor Society is a very cool thing to be a part of. My son's a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you have to be in high school to
Yep.
get that, right?
I believe so. Um, but it's something that kind of like follows you through.
He's
Uh,
he's about to be a junior.
yes.
Yeah, she's going into her senior year. Jesus, man.
Um,
It's violent. Um, yeah, she's going into her senior year, and so
Patrick,
it's
that's the least fucking violent cough that I'm not even joking, dude. Dude, I've been coughing up like balls of shit. I have not slept. I've been absolutely miserable. Like I almost threw myself out the fucking window because I was so mad that I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop fucking coughing. I get enraged when
rage
shit just
talking
won't
about it.
stop. Alright,
Did you
gotta
sleep better
settle down.
yesterday?
Yeah, they gave me promethazine.
I don't know what that is, but is it?
Like, 2010s, all the rappers and stuff, like, drinking my syrup, my lean,
Oh, yeah,
as
yeah.
promethazine. We used to drink it in high school too. First time it was prescribed to me, though, was fucking works good.
Nice. Is that scissor? Sipping
It
on
is.
some is that what okay.
It is, yeah. It's cough medicine. Sounds way less cool.
That's sound way less.
All these
Alright.
fucking rappers are just drinking cough medicine.
That's pretty gangsta.
Yeah. What, you guys are sick? Oh my god. You're taking care of your health? Way to go.
Nice, nice. Alright, so the second part of this, uh, so Dimitri has been down for the count, and we exchanged some messages yesterday, but obviously he got some sleep because he needed it. So we really didn't have a topic this morning, and not trying to out ourselves, but the
You
latest
think?
we've ever gone without a and I was shaving this morning, and it just kinda hit me that I don't think anybody taught me how to shave because I grew up without a dad, so, obviously, Dimitri grew up without a dad, and so I just kinda wanted to talk through some of that, yeah. The 3 things that stood out to me were driving, shaving, and what was the other one?
Masturbating.
No, but that could be in a similar category, like
I mean, I'm
learning about sex,
oh, so I'm
not
glad my dad
masturbate.
didn't teach me that.
Here, this is what you do. No, no, no. Like sex talk, but I think that's a weird one anyways, just because I mean, you don't necessarily want to hear about sex talk with your dad. I've never had that conversation with my kids. We've talked about obviously wearing protection and stuff, but I've never been like, this is what you do.
Eh, listen, here's the master class. Boop, mm, boop. Got it.
You learn stuff from sex ed. And
Which I feel like that's probably not even the same as it used to be. You know what? I say this, sex ed is definitely not what it used to be. Um, so my son, when he was in traditional school and th he they had health class, and he was telling me, he's like, "Dad, I don't like, I felt pretty uncomfortable in it." And I was like, "Okay, why like, why?" I was like, "Well, like, the whole, like, normal men and female, like, that's not weird." But then they started talking about gay people and, like, how they should have safe sex, and I was like, "Well, that's not fucking appropriate." That was that like, I just I don't think I think we live in a fucking kind of a strange there for him to be uncomfortable about that, I was like, "That's yeah, I hear you. I don't think should be talking about that in school."
I I read the content. So Jackson learned last year when he was 12,
Yeah.
which would have been
Yeah, about
se-
Ian's age.
sixth grade. Jesus.
Yeah.
And I was a little shocked at some of the content because like they were talking about more than vaginal sex. And so from like a sex ed standpoint, I was like, I don't know. I wouldn't say that I was avidly against it, but at the same time, like, why
Uh,
are you teaching a
Patrick's like,
12-year-old?
"Thank God. Teach everybody about anal sex."
Yeah, it just seemed odd. It seemed odd to teach 12-year-olds
Yeah,
about like about it to me. I don't know.
I would agree.
I get it. You're trying to get to the kids before they get to that point because typically 12-year-olds aren't having sex. But at the same time, like,
But it's
why
also
are,
not their job.
well, is it ours?
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah, the school shouldn't have shit to do with my kid's sexual sexual knowledge and all that other shit. Like, they'll learn it, they'll talk to their friends, and they have conversations with their parents. But I think that it's like you have a ba basic knowledge, and then it gets expanded as you get older. I just don't think that schools is where it's at or where it should be.
so is the problem that enough parents aren't doing it, that they have to step in?
Anal sex?
Nope. I'm just talking about sex ed in general, Dimitri.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that yeah, I please tell me your question again, Patrick.
Um, I asked if parent enough parents aren't doing their job that the school feels they need to step in.
I don't think so. I think that schools step in, um, from, like, someone else's decision. Like, the curriculums and stuff, I think it's just it's interesting for somebody to be going through the curriculum of the school year and to say, "You know what? We need to add this in here, this in here, this in here." Why? Well, what if they're not hearing about this? Okay, well, maybe it's not your fucking role to be there to allow children to be hearing about this in school. Like, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't agree.
I mean, we're obviously getting off track, but
Very off track.
I don't disagree with you. Like, I don't need to talk to my kids about, like, if you want to talk about reproducing, I feel like there's a value there,
Way more appropriate than I am.
but it, you don't need to talk about anal sex and oral sex with a 12-year-old. Now I'm upset about it now that we're talking about it because you're
Agreed.
fucking right. I wouldn't have that conversation with my kids either, by the way, because it's just not
Yeah.
relevant.
No,
If
it's
you
not.
want to learn about that stuff down the road through experimenting, then so be it. But what the fuck?
Man, I think all I have to tell you is that you're being professional, and then you fucking get fired up and you really got into it. I like that. Little fire in your eye there. It's fucking nice. Well, yeah. Well, all right. Let's dive back into it.
All right, got me ask some questions.
Yes, please.
Um, You've answered this one before, but when you were young, what did being a dad mean to you?
Um, a dad, man, being so being somebody that was always there to protect him, and if he needs something, dad's always there, like kind of like a protector, like a guide.
This nice.
Yes, sir.
Finally tied
How
it
about
in.
you? Tied
Um,
it right in.
I think I don't think I knew, man. I just don't like. I had uncles and I had a grandfather, but it almost goes back to the conversation we were having earlier. That like it just didn't pay attention to it, and it just didn't bother me. Like I thought I was normal for having mom raise me. It just didn't seem that weird to me, and because it's not, right? It happens a lot. So, I didn't overthink it, like and I wasn't like I didn't lay down and be like, "Oh my god, I wish I had a dad," or "I don't have a dad," and, like, cry myself to
Yeah.
sleep. It was never like that for me. It was, "These are the cards I was dealt. Let's live with it and go on from there." Who stepped into a father figure role for you, if anyone?
Um, I would say when I was younger, it would be my uncle Mark and my uncle Ernie. And I think it was my uncle Ernie. It was kind of funny. This is my uncle Ernie, and when I was younger, um, and he was he was always the funny one. Like it was easy for me to like to laugh with him and blah blah blah. My uncle Mark didn't laugh as much, or he was I was intimidated by him for some reason. Um, but as I got older, I talked to him, and like they both have their value. But I think my number one is probably uh, Jim, which is my best friend's dad, and they're like my brothers, and he's like my dad, and he's always been there for me and helped me and called me and made sure that I was okay, and if I need anything, told me I was being fucking retarded. Like it just always always top notch. Made sure I was taken care of. How about yourself?
I think I think mine are similar. I had an uncle, um, he married one of my aunts, who closer to my teenage years. So, I have my mom's brothers that I would say were probably there more so when I was, like, young. Nothing that I specifically remember, but, um and that's not 100% true. I also had my my cousin's dad, who was not blood related to me, but he was always super, um he was always there, and
Yeah.
he's probably my favorite uncle to this day, and he's not even really part of the family. Um, him and my aunt have been divorced for 30 years probably. And then I think I had a similar situation where I had some pretty close friends that had dads, um, that were just I wouldn't say that I necessarily had a close relationship with them, but, like, it was a role model of somebody working, being supportive, parenting that I definitely observed. I wasn't, like, looking, but I can go back and think of those situations, of some families I was close to that had parents. Um, Were there any challenges you faced as a kid that you work hard to prevent for your own children?
Um, education.
Education?
When I was a kid, my mom wasn't super hard on me on make sure I got all my stuff done. And I think there's like to a degree, I got education in other realms because of that. Um, but I'm pretty diligent on my kids, make sure that they are constantly getting all their schoolwork done or reading or doing some sort of learning at some point throughout the day. I think education is very important. And I guess bullying. When I first came over to the United States, I wasn't a bully, but I beat up a lot of kids, um, mostly because there's a language barrier. And I didn't take well to people smiling or laughing at me if I wasn't smiling or laughing. Um, and the issue always would tell my kids like, you can't be a don't ever be the person that throws that first punch. You know, people are gonna be rude. People are gonna be mean. Walk away. You could defend yourself 100%. But yeah, I don't ever want my kids to be bullies. And lucky enough, I don't think my kids will ever be bullies. They're pretty damn good at being there for people.
Nice. That's a good. Did you hear my why you bullying me?
Why you bully me? No,
I
it
played
was
it.
too quiet.
Oh, it
It was
was?
too quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, do it again. No, turn all
Sure.
the way down. No, it's turned all the way down. The mixer's turned all the way down.
Never mind. On to the next.
Hmm.
Um, for me, I think it was financial and stability.
Ooh, that's a fucking very good.
So, um, and I same thing. I thought this was normal, but I couldn't tell you how many places I lived in as a child. I lived from, like, when I was born to 18, I probably lived in 15 different places if I had to guess. Um,
Yeah.
Logan has lived in 2 houses. Obviously, with the divorce, he's lived in 3, and all my other kids have lived in 2, I think. And for what it's worth, I got to do a lot of cool things with my mom growing up. Um, she worked for airlines for a while, so we did some traveling that I think that used to be like the buddy passes, and we would get those buddy passes and fly for like pretty cheap or nothing, I think. Um, so definitely got to do like a lot of traveling. And I would say my kids don't get to do a lot of traveling, but I've always tried to make sure that they've had the stuff that they need. And my mom's great at supporting that too, like helping with
Yeah.
back to school clothes and all that other jazz. So, but yeah, just financial and instability, I think, are 2 things that I've tried to have for my kids. Um, what what was the hardest part of growing up without a father?
I think it was not having it's like not having that person to put it this way, man. The hardest part about this whole entire week of like being sick is my son comes up to me and he'll give me like a hug like every single morning, like not being able to get that. So I think like the hardest part about not having a father growing up is like not being able to get that hug or like being able to give that hug. As like dumb as that sounds, like that is that's like such a damn special feeling. I think that's the hardest part. Everything
Yeah,
else, fucking figure it out.
I hug all of my kids, whether they like it or not. And for what it's worth, I think that even the older two being, well, I mean, the older three are all teenagers, but I've never had them like not hug me back. But yeah, you obviously when you when I see them every day that I see them, I think I give them a hug, and yeah, I've just that's just never been an issue. Um, okay, this one's gonna go a little lighthearted. Then we'll finish this out. Um, when you first became a dad, did you Google how to dad?
I think I did. Like I think I'm pretty sure I legit did. I was like, how the fuck do I do this? Um, I know what the hell I was doing.
Did you ever use movies or sitcom dads as your role models, and if so, which ones?
Um, I did, and so that's funny. Uh, you know the show Growing Pains
Yep. Yep.
or Saved by the Bell? Or like, is
Yep.
that there's another one that's um. So both those shows, when I get home from school, I used to sit there and I'd watch those shows and eat a bowl of cereal. So I think that's how they got based being a father off of.
Nice. Nice. I would say for me, um, it was Full House, and it was like a mixture of all three guys. I know that Bob Saget was the actual dad, R.I.P. Bob, but and it's just talking about Bob Saget is always hilarious to me because the character he portrayed in Full House is so far
Not
from
him.
who he is.
No.
Um,
And he is a fucking wild man. His stand-ups are fucking brutal.
oh, they're awesome. They're awesome. But I think that those 3 specifically just kinda stood out to me growing up. Alright, let's do, this is do you think your dad jokes are better because you had to invent them from scratch?
Um, I think my dad jokes just kinda come naturally. They randomly just pop out, and it's usually, like, play on words. I don't know why. I think those are just the best ones. But, yeah, I think that they're better because they come from the heart, from the soul.
What kind of milk do you get from a short cow? Condensed.
Right? Condensed. A short cow, it's funny.
Um, I mean, I don't I obviously just repeated a dad-ish joke, but, I think dad jokes are all authentic, so that's what makes them dad jokes. So,
Right. I think what makes them dad jokes is that we are the only ones that think they're funny.
that is true.
But
Also
our
also
kids will take those jokes and they will repeat them as they get older.
alright, let's, wrap this up
Got a
with
question?
the question have it. I just want to make sure I read it right. Damn it. There's another list. You could make one rule everyone in the world had to follow. What would it be?
Make everybody shit like this. Can you imagine that? Anytime someone's got to take a shit, it's like they don't even they just naturally happen. Like that would make shitting so difficult. That's what I would do. I mean, I guess that's no no bombing each other would be the right thing to do.
Oh, that's mine. Treat people the way that you want to be treated.
I'm over here trying to make fun, but everyone's laughing,
Everyone is laughing.
and then it's even worse if so. And you're like, dude, did you shit yourself? Normally, you'd be like no. Now you will look over. Yeah, did you shit yourself? No, no, man. Like a telltale sign.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny.
Pretty funny.
All right, let's wrap it. Recap.
That's the rest. Huh?
Sorry,
No,
I
no,
was
go
trying
ahead.
to read your mind. Do you want me to do a recap?
Yes, please.
All right. So we started the show.
Make it exciting. Like a dance while you do your son.
That's not in me.
That's it, yeah.
What'd you say? Oh my God, you're dumb. Um, so quick recap. We talked about the short that we posted that um, was the guy who was explaining to his wife that the wire he had for 40 years was running out, which was like a metaphor to his life
Yeah.
is
She was a see
short.
you next Tuesday.
And her response was that you're wearing a Jets hat, so you're probably crying, which makes me think she's probably a Patriots fan. And
She's a bitch.
then we just talked about growing up without dads and the transition to kids like learning things. I think that there's probably a bigger topic here. We didn't get to talk about a lot of things, and we definitely side railed about education a little bit too. So,
I think maybe
but
that would be a good topic to talk about, though. Education since school's starting up. Like what's okay to listen to and hear. This will be my first time putting both my little kids back into traditional school in like 2, 3 years.
oh, they're
So
both going to real schools.
yep,
Uh,
Ronan's going into kindergarten and Ellie's going into 4th grade. Ian's still homeschooled. He's like, fuck that, dad.
yeah, he's close to the end. Okay, cool. Well, we definitely have some stuff we can talk about in the future, which is great.
You were
But
bouncing there for a while.
what's that?
So you were bouncing there for a second.
Yeah, I got
What are you
piss.
doing? Oh.
I'm shaking my
Well,
legs. All right.
let's
Giving us some outro music. Like,
let me
follow, comment, subscribe. Dad Compass Podcast, all major platforms, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
Amazon. everywhere. Playing now. The Dad Compass podcast. It'll make you moist.
Hold on. Compass on.
Compass on. This